The history of Pittsburgh entertainment can almost be told through the storied accomplishments of one person, Pat DiCesare. Pat was there at the very dawn of Pittsburgh rock and roll and has been involved in almost every facet of the music scene since, from songwriting to management to concert promotion. So, which did he enjoy most?
He never really talked about it much when we became partners, but I think he enjoyed writing some songs with the Dell Vikings.
I think also probably in that producing, being involved with the bands in those early days, writing some songs, I think that was probably a real interest he had as it led into the concert industry.
He came up through it, he came into it like Rich did as a musician. He's a genuine guy, and a genuine guy who loves music.
Pat DiCesare's transition into concert promotion was sealed when his father cashed out the value of his house and slipped Pat $5,000 to book the Beatles at the Civic Arena in 1964.
He came from a large Italian family, lots of brothers and sisters. His father helped him, when he put the Beatles on, and you could see that permeate down to the way he would treat people in the office and just people that he worked with.
It was Pat's unique ability to create personal bonds that got him exclusivity in the major concert venues and helped him to navigate some tenuous moments.
He's a good listener, and I think by being patient, you could deal with a lot of issues, especially in the early days when you're dealing with Janis Joplins and Jim Morrison.
Oh, I get it. Everyone was intimidated tonight by all the security precautions.
Pat was midway into his career when he took notice of Rich Engler, a young music fan and musician who must have reminded Pat of himself.
He booked my band on a couple of those shows, and I just knew him as Pat, as a nice guy.
One day in 1973, Pat DiCesare called Rich Engler into his office in Monroeville.
He told me how much he loved real estate and he loved these other things, and he knows that I'm really into the music and the trends and all these things, and he said, "Did you want to create a partnership?"
The rest is music hysteria.
He said, "What do you think of DiCesare Engler?" And my joke is alphabetical, but not really. I was fine with that. That was good. It sounded good, and DiCesare Engler was born.
DiCesare Engler Productions would go on to dominate the Pittsburgh music scene for the next quarter century, but not before they bet the house in 1977.
We really thrived, and especially after buying the Stanley Theater. That was one of our biggest accomplishments, and Pat's for sure, because he put the deal together.
Here was a building that was run down, it was a dying movie house, and Pat, along with Rich, went in and created something that became, one of the best theaters really in the United States. Our very first year, we were given the award by Billboard magazine that we were the #1 venue under 4,000 capacity.
It was a great era for Pittsburgh because DiCesare Engler fought to get the concerts into Pittsburgh, and we don't really have that now.
We survived through fear, because we, not only when we had to sign those notes, we had to put both of our houses up, his house, my house, cars, everything. If we would have lost, we would have been down to ground level.
Pat DiCesare is truly one of the founding fathers of the Pittsburgh music scene. Tonight, we honor his accomplishments as the 2016 Music Industry Professional Inductee into the Pittsburgh Rock and Roll Legends Awards.